Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and welcome to another reading vlog. So this week I am doing a weekly reading vlog. I'm trying to do as much of these as possible. Obviously I have not been on my game recently. I could give a number of excuses, but we're trying to get back on track now. We're trying to get back into the swing of things. So we are starting a weekly reading vlog today. It is Tuesday the 16th of August, so I am starting it in good time. And this week I have a few books I would like to tackle. I have once again done something I hate doing, which is starting multiple books. So I am currently in the middle of 3 different books, and I know some people love that. Some people are all about like dipping in and out of different books. Personally, I hate it. I really like to be reading one book at a time, but every now and again I do this where I get bored of one book and I pick up another one, and I get bored of that one and I pick up another one, or something that I'm really excited about comes out so I start reading that. And whenever I do this I hate myself for it, and it usually means I am unlikely to finish any of those books and they all get put back on the shelf half read. So this week I'm setting myself the challenge of reading all of my currently reading books. Like I said, there are 3 of them and I've got them right here. So the first one on my list is Even If We Break by Maddie, I believe. I started this one on my holiday, which is why it is a little bit battered, bruised, curled. I forgot to take a bookmark, so I have been dog eating it. I am sorry, I know that will offend some people, but I am currently on page 212 of this one, and I believe it is just about 300 pages, so I've got less than 100 pages left of this one. I just need to bang it out. This is the one I'm going to start with because I've got the least amount left, so I just want to get it done, get it finished, and move on to the other 2. This one is a YA thriller. At least I believe it's YA. It feels YA. It doesn't specify, but I'm pretty sure it's YA. Basically, the blurb for this one is 5 friends go to a cabin, 4 of them are hiding secrets, 3 years of history bind them, 2 are doomed from the start, 1 person wants to end this. No one is safe. Are you ready to play? So this one has been super good. I have been really enjoying it. Like I said, I've read about 212 pages so far. I really like all the different characters. All of the characters are, or at least most of them, seem to be LGBT in some way. We've got a couple of trans characters, which is really great to see so much representation in one novel. I'm really enjoying that, and it does make sense that these teenagers would come together as friends with the similarities that they have. They're basically playing this sort of like role-playing game where one of the group makes up this whole scenario and gives them loads of like clues and activities and challenges, and the others have to then try and work out how to like win this game. And I guess it's kind of like Dungeons or Dragons or that, like if you make a certain decision they'll like roll the dice to see what the next step is. I don't know. I feel like you know what I'm talking about, but I'm just not explaining it very well, so it's kind of like that. But people are being killed off throughout this. When they are supposed to die in the game, they are actually dying, basically. And all of them have some secrets, most of which we don't really know anything about yet. We don't know who to trust. We do not know who is doing this still. With less than 100 pages to go, I have absolutely no idea who is behind all this. So I'm really enjoying this one. I can't wait to finish it off and see what my final thoughts are. My camera's gonna die. BRB. Okay, Saws of the angle / lighting has changed slightly, but now we're on a full battery, so it's all good. After that I have 2 more books. First of all, one that Christy will be very happy about, which is Docile by K.M. Sparrow. I did start this one in my previous vlog and I got 100 pages into it. However, as Christy very rightly chastised me for, I did not give any sort of update on this book. She was not very happy, but I promise I'll give lots of updates in this vlog. I do plan to finish it. Like I said, I'm tackling all 3 of these books this week, and I am hoping to finish them all so I can start on a clean slate next week. In this one we are following Elisha, who is existing in this society, this world where debt is passed down throughout families. So he is basically holding on to all of his family's like parents, grandparents' debt, and in order to get rid of this he is becoming a docile, which means he is auctioned off to other wealthy people who can buy his debt and pay for it in return for him giving them some sort of service. So that could be like labour, it could be like a personal assistant type thing, or it could be like you could sell your body. And that is basically what Elisha is doing. He's become this man, Alex, I think. Alex is docile. Alex is also the son or grandson of the person who created Dosaline or Dosaline, which is a drug that most dociles will take, which means they will not be able to sort of feel or remember anything that is going on while they are docile. They just become this complete like robot, basically. They're unfeeling, they will just do everything they are told, and they don't have to really remember or experience what is happening to them during their years as a docile. Alex is determined not to take this drug because his mum took it and she is completely messed up from it. She has not been herself ever since and she does not have like any quality of life really. So he is determined not to take it, but then he is obviously bought by like the founding family of this drug who are determined to make him take it. So that's the sort of vibe that's going on so far. It is definitely very dark, all the trigger warnings in the book, but so far it is definitely interesting and it's messing with my head, that's for sure. And finally I have got Meet Me in the Middle by Alex Light. This one is a YA contemporary, and in it we are following Eden, whose best friend Katie gets into a car accident, I believe, and I think she's in a coma. I can't remember. I got to page 100 of this one as well. I'm pretty sure she's in a coma and Eden's life has never been the same since, but the night that she was in this accident, Eden got very close to Katie's brother Truman, and for some reason something around that accident means that she feels super guilty for doing that night, and she and Truman have completely cut off contact. They have not spoken in like a few years, I want to say. It's been a while since I last picked up this book. I'm pretty sure the night that this happened to Katie, Eden and Truman had their first kiss, and obviously they like each other but they cannot be together because they are both so like guilt-ridden from what happened all those years ago. So yeah, Truman returns, I'm not sure how long after this accident, and now Eden has to like deal with her grief, deal with her pain, deal with her guilt, and decide if she wants to let him back into her life or not. And that's the vibe. Obviously so far it is super sad, but I was definitely really enjoying it. It's one of those ones though that I just put down and did not pick up again, and it's been like over a month now this one has just been sitting, so we need to finish it. So that is the plan for this week. These 3 books all need to be finished, but like I said, I'm gonna finish even if we break. First of all, I'm currently on sprints with Christy. I think we're gonna go for like another couple of hours, so I'm hoping I will finish this off during sprints. If not, I need to finish it off afterwards because 3 books on the go at one time is just really stressing me out now. I need to cut it down. So it is now the next day. It is Wednesday, the 17th of August, I believe, yes. And last night I did actually end up finishing Even If We Break, and I ended up giving this one 3 out of 5 stars. I feel like when I last spoke about this I kind of made it seem a little bit more positive than it was. I did really enjoy it. There were a number of things that I really enjoyed about it, such as the representation. This is amazing. We have lots of LGBT characters, we have an autistic character, we have a disabled character, we have a character with chronic pain, with addiction, all within, like, the whole book is about 5 people, and within those 5 people this author manages to just have so much good representation. And I did actually read the acknowledgements, which I'm trying to read more, like the author's note and acknowledgements, because a lot of the time they will give you like a lot more insight into what you read and why that author has written it. And in this one I did actually find out that the author describes themselves as non-binary, queer and disabled, so they were definitely able to give some good insights into all of these parts of life. I've read since that this author does a lot for like diversity and try and like create more diverse characters and books, which I think is amazing. There were so many beautiful quotes in this, like so many quotes that really made me think that I almost wished I'd tabbed because I didn't annotate this one at all. But just for example, there's one towards the end which shouldn't give you any spoilers, but just says, "We have to find our family. We are stronger when we stand against the darkness together, and if our brief moment of happiness is nothing more than a flare, it lights up the path for others too." I just thought that was such a beautiful quote. There are so many like that in this book. That another part of what I liked about this book was the idea of like your found family and finding your people, and this idea of belonging and being good enough for the right people, fitting in with the right people. And it's all about finding those people, which we all know is difficult to do in your younger years and often in your older years as well. So I really loved the friendships in this book and that whole idea surrounding them. I thought they were written really beautifully. However, I did feel that the characters maybe weren't fully fleshed out. Like like they did have these sort of like stock representations, which I did think were great, but I felt like there was a lot of unanswered questions about these characters. There was a lot of things I still wanted to know. I did feel like throughout the book I was still getting them confused between like which one is which usually within the first like few chapters you kind of have a better idea, but I felt like I was still getting confused. That could be something about the fact that I was reading this on holiday and maybe I wasn't paying as much attention as I usually would, but I don't know, I just felt like I wanted more from this. I also felt like the reveal was very disappointing. Like, I really hoped for more. The reveal just wasn't very shocking, didn't really make that much sense to me. Like, the reasons for this person doing what they did, I was just like, really? Like, is that good enough? It kind of reminded me of There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins in that respect. That's another one when I got to the end and I was just like, what? Really? That's it? That's why this person is doing this? Like, so yeah, a little bit disappointed with the ending. I also do feel like I would have preferred this in a more like adult style book, just because like the setting of these 5 friends going to this cabin in the woods in the middle of nowhere just screams out for like amazing good thriller horror content, and I was really excited about that. But I did feel like it wasn't very scary. It didn't really keep me on the edge of my seat that much. It had so much potential, but it just didn't quite live up to it. So overall, a good fun read, but just I wanted more from it, so I did give it 3 out of 5 stars. But that means that my first book of this week is complete. Granted, that one I only had like 100 pages to read, so we're not giving ourselves the biggest pat on the back yet, but I'm still excited that I'm on the way. So next I am going to pick up Docile by KM Spa. This is obviously a completely different vibe to what I've just read. This one is dark and traumatic, screams out with all of the trigger warnings, so yeah, it's going to be a bit more of a difficult read, but I did read the first 100 pages before my holiday and I really enjoyed them. I also flew through them. Like, I read them in one sitting, I couldn't stop reading, so I'm hoping I'm going to read this one pretty fast now that I'm going to actually get into it. So yeah, let's get reading. Good morning guys and happy Friday. Please excuse the state of me. I am literally still in my jammies. I just dropped my brother's girlfriend off at work and then I decided to go and treat myself to a little Costa. So I've got a nice oat milk caramel latte just sitting here waiting for me. I'm going to get cozy in bed right now and read with my coffee, which I'm very excited about. But I thought I would just give you a little update first of all, because I did read quite a bit more of Docile yesterday. Did I mention it's Friday? I don't know, but it's Friday. Yesterday, Thursday, I did end up getting halfway through Docile, and guys, this book, I don't even know what to say, to be perfectly honest. This is going to be like the hardest book to review ever, because I was talking to Maddie and Christy about it because it's one of their favourite books, so I've been sort of like giving them updates as I read, and I was trying to say to them that like I'm enjoying it, but I don't think enjoy is the right word, because this book is so messed up. Like, it's sick. I am hanging on every word, furiously turning every page. I can't put it down. Like, again, I read, I want to say like 150 pages in one sitting because I just could not put it down yesterday. It is so good, but I really don't think enjoy is the right word because it's just too messed up for that. Obviously, we're following, I think I've already mentioned what this one is about, but we are following Elisha and Alex. We get both of their perspectives. So Elisha is the young man whose family is in debt, who has like sold himself to Alex, who is a member of like this prestigious family that makes Docilene, which is the drug that dociles can take to make them, well, it makes them more subservient. To be fair, they will literally just do anything they are told without any questions. They just become like this drone, as they are called, and they basically seem to have like no feelings. They just like live this life as they do their service, and then afterwards, in Alex's view, it shouldn't have any long-term effects, but Elisha knows from personal experience from his mum that you are basically left in that drone state for the rest of your life. So obviously Elisha has said he will never ever take Docilene, and Alex decides that he will make him the perfect docile without it. And it is absolutely crazy. Like, there are all sorts of like horrendous disciplines that he is given in order to like train him to do what he's told to do, and you slowly see him change throughout the book and become more subservient and sort of become more infatuated with Alex, in the sense that he will literally do anything for him without question. It's like his mind starts to change, that he doesn't see him as this like baddie anymore. He sees himself as there to serve him, and it's just crazy the way that this is written. It's also so well written in the sense that it messes with your head, because obviously the tagline for this is there is no consent under capitalism, but Alex and Elisha at some points it's made to seem like this relationship is almost romantic and that they maybe have some sort of feelings for each other, and you slowly start to sort of fall into that, and then Kay and Sparrow will put like a line or a scene in suddenly to just jolt you out of that. Something horrendous happens and you're like, whoa, yeah, no, this is not romantic. I can't believe I was even starting to see it that way. Like, this is absolutely sick. It is so well written. Like, it's obviously written to mess with your head and to make you think, and you like catch yourself thinking things and then being like, what the hell? Why am I starting to like subscribe to some of these views? It's just so clever. So clever. But yeah, don't get me wrong, it is horrendous. There are some really difficult scenes to read. Like I said, every trigger warning in the book, so definitely look those up beforehand, but also be aware that pretty much any trigger is going to be in this book, so definitely go in cautiously if you do have any sort of triggers. But if you can read it, so far I would highly recommend. I have been told, I think it was Maddie that says she doesn't think I'm going to like the ending, and I really don't know where this book is going. Like, I have no idea. I've still got half a book to go and I don't know what's going to happen in that other half, because the point we're at now, I don't see where we're going to go forward from this. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but yeah, I'm confused. So I'm going to get back to reading now and I will give you another update later on. Alright guys, happy Tuesday. Yes, it is Tuesday. That was just an absolute whirlwind of a weekend, so I have not updated you at all, and I spent yesterday recovering from that weekend. So I'm back now. Obviously I had planned to finish Docile on Friday. I'd also planned to update you on Friday. Obviously none of that happened. However, I did get to page 391, so I have literally like 100 pages left of this book. I'm losing the gift note, and I am just going to sit right now and finish this book off, but I thought I'd just give you a little bit of an update first. I'm not gonna lie, I can't really remember what I said in my last update, but my feelings about this book have definitely not changed. I am still absolutely loving it. If anything, this book just gets better and better the more I read. I think I'd said that I kind of thought this whole book was going to be about what it says on the blurb, so Alex sort of training Elisha to be a docile without Dociline, and him sort of like conditioning him. That sort of part of the book is kind of over within the first 200 pages, and then there's a whole host of crap that comes after that. So I really didn't know where this book was going once we got to that sort of stage. I thought we sort of like, it wasn't too fast, it wasn't like rushed or anything, it was just faster than I thought it was going to be, because I thought I was going to be reading a 500 page book all about that. Obviously there's a lot more to the story, but it obviously still continues to explore that idea, and the way that this is written, it is just so unbelievably clever, like so well written. I definitely need to read more Kay and Sparrow after this, because dude has an absolutely incredible mind. Obviously I have already mentioned this is a very difficult read, but it is such a well written one. The way that it is explored, like how Alex sort of like programs Elisha, like conditions him to be this perfect docile, and the repercussions of that afterwards, it is just insane to read about. Like, it is so dark, so thought-provoking. Sometimes I just have to sit and think for a second, like, holy crap, this is actually going on, like what am I reading? But also it's completely realistic as well. It does bring in a lot of ideas about slavery and a lot of what's done to the dociles in this, the way they're treated, the way they're thought of, the way they're spoken about. It definitely does remind you of slavery, and I think that is very well written in that sense as well. The whole book just makes you question everything, to be honest. Like I said, obviously you catch yourself thinking that there's like a romantic relationship between Elisha and Alex, but then you think, can there really ever be a romantic toxic relationship between these two people because of the difference in power and exploitation, the fact that like Elijah has no consent to begin with, if ever. It's just, the whole book is an absolute mindfuck, but just so unbelievably good. Like I said before, I can't really say that I'm enjoying it because I don't think enjoy is the right word for how twisted this book is, but I definitely appreciate it. I definitely admire it, admire the way that it's written, admire the things that it's making me think about. It, despite the fact that it's like 500 pages long, it does not feel long. It doesn't feel drawn out. It's very well paced, and yeah, I am in awe of this book. Like I said, I've got about 100 pages left, so I am just going to sit and finish those off just now, and then I will give you my final thoughts. Alright guys, I am just about to leave to go to an appointment, but I thought I would just give you my final update really quickly for Docile. I did just finish it and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I don't think anyone will be surprised by that. I absolutely adored this book. It was freaking brilliant. Honestly, start to finish, everything about it was amazing. This is one of the best, like one of the most well-written books I have ever read. It is so thought-provoking. It constantly makes you challenge what is going on in the book and challenge yourself and what you're thinking about what's going on. There are so many unbelievable quotes as well. Like, it's not just clever, but it's also just beautifully written. Like, as I was reading it, I was sending all these quotes to Maddie and Christy, just absolutely screaming about how beautiful and yet disgusting this book is. It's just honestly incredible. If you are not triggered by anything, then please give this book a go. If you are, please be cautious because it is definitely not an easy one to read. I absolutely loved the ending for this. I think it was really well written. I think it was still really sort of like challenging and questioning everything up until the end. Christy did say, well, Christy and Maddie both said the ending is quite controversial, so they weren't sure if I was going to like it, but I did. I could see why other people wouldn't, but I would also challenge them to like read more into what was actually written at the end, because I feel like the author still doesn't give like a full opinion on what is happening at the end. Like, it's still left quite open. It's still sort of like challenging things. So yeah, I'm obviously not going to say any more because I don't want to give you spoilers, but absolutely adored this book. 5 out of 5 stars, definitely a new favourite. I am going to end the vlog off here. Obviously I had planned to read another book, which was Meet Me in the Middle by Alex Light, but we are now on Tuesday of the following week and I am definitely not going to be picking it up today, so I'm just going to end off the vlog here. I still did get through 2 of the books on my currently reading shelf, so I'm happy. That is a lot less stressful. Meet Me in the Middle might just have to stay on my currently reading for a little bit longer, or maybe I'm just gonna have to give in, take it off the shelf, and then read it again when I'm more in the mood for it, because I'm just not feeling the pull to pick it up. I'm just not. And I have a lot of ideas for other vlogs that I want to film next, and it's kind of gonna get in the way of those. So yeah, I might just have to give up on that one for now, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel over the next couple of days. But I hope that you did enjoy this video as always. Lots more exciting vlogs coming for you soon. Like I said, I've got a lot of ideas for upcoming vlogs. If you made it to the end of this video, pop the car emoji down below. I have a feeling I've said the car emoji before, but there's only so many emojis you can use and I'm currently sitting in my car. So pop the emoji down below just to let me know that you made it to the end of this video and that you enjoyed your time here. But as always, if you did enjoy the video, then do please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe for more bookish content from me. Comment down below with any of your thoughts and feelings. I do reply to every single comment. I love you all and I will see you in my next one.